Hi, welcome to the Petite Palette Kitchen. We're doing some quick takes today. We are going to be doing some baby rice cereal. Now, everybody really thinks when they're feeding their child that they have to go to the store and buy the store brand, but it's just as easy, and you exactly know what's going into the baby food if you do it yourself. So today I have a 1/4 cup, and this is brown organic rice, just something that you would normally cook for yourself. And I'm going to put it in, lower my camera here a little bit, sorry for the low tech, a little bit of my mini Cuisinart. And I already have some going because it takes a little while to grind it up. So we're going to grind it up and then add it to 1 cup of water. That's it. You put it in the pot, you let the water boil, you add the rice, you let it cook for, you shut the water down to a simmer or even off if you have a really hot stove, and you let it soak up. All right, so we're going to start up. Just a little note on this little Cuisinart guide. This is super easy, super quick. It also comes with a hand blender attachment that I use to make puree baby foods after, you've boiled off maybe some carrots or some other kinds of, fruits for the baby. While I'm chopping this up into a nice fine powder, I'm going to go ahead and start the water boiling. This really couldn't be any easier. This is good for children from 4 to 6 months to start as the very first food. If you want to, when they're a little bit older, you can start adding in maybe some free-range or organic chicken stock, or you can even add milk at this point. But right now we're just starting with water. Also, we're going to be posting the exact measurements for everything on the blog, as well under Mommy blog. It's Mommy Chef. It's petitepaleterecipe.blogspot.com. And if you have any questions, just post some comments and I'll get right to it and I'll answer any questions that you guys have. Oh, that's getting pretty good. It's coming down to a powder. I'll let you guys see when it's just completely done, the before and after of the rice, so you know exactly what to get it to for your child. For me, my son is older, but if you have a little bit of a younger child, you're going to want to keep going with this. I'm not going to do it here because it's too boring. Sit there and watch me grinding things. But it'll give you a little idea of how powdery it should be. At least this powdery. You get it down. It'll cook pretty quick. This is the regular rice, and then it turns into a powder. And it's awfully nutritious for the kids to have homemade brown rice. And they get used to the flavor of homemade foods, and they start liking, stuff made by moms and dads as opposed to store-made stuff, and mass-produced foods is much better for them anyway. All right, so we're almost at a boil here. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit more. While that's heating up, we'll just talk about some other first foods for babies really this young, and bananas are excellent. We have, I try to buy organic when possible. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but especially when people are so budget conscious these days, they kind of shy away from organic stuff. But certain fruits and vegetables and stuff that grows in the ground, I think it's kind of worth the extra money. Just buy less, buy better quality and buy less. And this banana is perfect. It's a little bit brown on the outside, and when you peel it, it's nice and soft. You just break it off, and literally for kids that maybe are like 6 months and up and have eaten a little bit, you take a fork, plain old fork, you take the banana and you squish it with the fork. Oops, Julia Child moment there. If you have kids that are a little younger, you can take a potato masher and mash it up with a potato masher. Or you can throw it in the Cuisinart. Maybe a little bit of water to loosen it up for the very little guys, so it's more soupy. And this is actually going to be good on top of the rice cereal once the rice cereal is cooked. Okay, so we have boiling water, rice powder, in it goes. Quick stir. I'm going to let it come back to a boil, and then I'm going to cook it off for another, I don't know, like 10 minutes or so. I'm going to put it down to a simmer now. I'm going to cover it just so not all the water escapes. So I'm going back to my banana topping. I'm still mushing, and if it's, as long as it's pretty ripe, the banana actually gets really loose on its own. If you check this particular consistency, you can add a little water for the really little guys and loosen it up a lot more. That's easy to do. Also, I'm not going to do this, but avocado is a great way to start kids on. And to open up an avocado, you just slice it down the middle with a big butcher knife. You twist it off, and again, it has to be really ripe. These are a little bit too hard to cook right now, but you twist it off. You take a knife, you stick it in the seed, and you turn it, and it comes right out. And then you just scoop it out with a spoon, and just like the banana, smush it up. It's super easy. Of course, baby food doesn't look so attractive to an adult, but to little guys, they're gonna love this. All right, let's see how our rice is doing. That's cooking away. We're just gonna let it go, and I'm gonna let it cook. I'll be right back and to plate it all up.